Live from Easy Cake Studios in Eddyville, Kentucky, it's time for the Easy Cake Show. Tonight we break down the news of the past month. Your hosts, Randy Cage and Don Beasley. Welcome to episode 8 of the the Easy Cage Show. I'm Darth Easy.
I'm Randy Cage, and I'm pretty sure that was the fastest you've ever done the intro.
What, did you like it?
Lightning speed. I liked it.
Alright, so we have a bunch of news stories. Our second episode we did movie news, and we only had like 4 stories. This time we have like 17 stories to talk about. So we're gonna do them kind of give us little quick thoughts, and then geek out about some of them. All right. So the first news story is X-Men: New Mutants got pushed to 2019. What the hell happened with that?
Wah, wah. I don't know. That is weird. What the rumors were that they did some test screenings, and it was kind of not what they wanted it to do, so they're gonna add some extra footage or something, do some reshoots.
I heard something. They're kind of be reactionary, like Warner Brothers has been with a lot of their films, and we're like, oh no, we gotta change everything because they're like, oh wait, hey look, it's very scary. Let's try to do that. So, and I don't know, it's just. I was looking forward to it. I think it was in my top 10 anticipated.
I think it was.
And because it looked good, it had a really great cast around it, and I'm a little disappointed that it's getting pushed to 2019, and not just to 2019, in January 2019.
I would have never guessed that Dark Phoenix would actually come out before this movie.
Well, we'll know.
It's true, it may not, but the last time we were talking about news, or when we did our anticipated, I was like, I don't even know if Dark Phoenix is coming out, and then now New Mutants gets pushed. But, oh well, maybe it'll make it better.
Alright, the next news story is Leonardo DiCaprio is the star in Tarantino's Manson movie. What do you think about this one?
DiCaprio is one of the best, and Tarantino is one of the best. Let's put them together. Sounds pretty sweet to me.
Yeah, I mean, this is the first time we've seen Leonardo DiCaprio since he was grunting a lot, and I'm really interested. I'm really curious of who they cast around it, because I'm really hoping they get Tom Cruise, because it'd be something different for Tom Cruise to do other than these big spectacle action movies he's been doing lately.
And Leo, Django Unchained, that's the only other movie, Quentin Tarantino movie he's been in.
Let's not forget, Tarantino's not made a lot of movies, and I'm looking forward to seeing him. But he was awesome in Django Unchained. He was one of the best parts of that movie.
Still got like a year and a half for this Manson movie.
Yeah, it comes out, I believe, in the anniversary of the killing or whatever. But there's also been that talk that it's not even going to be about Manson. He just kind of might be in it, kind of like the Nazis and Inglourious Bastards. All right, so the next story is Flashpoint taps John Francis Daley and Jonathan Goldstein, the directors of Vacation and the directors of Game Night.
And Horrible Bosses.
Did they direct Horrible Bosses?
I don't know. They may just wrote it.
I don't think they directed
Horrible Bosses. It's been talked about, and I've been watching a lot of reviews.
They're just a writing team. I believe they started out in a TV something. I think they did. Didn't they do Community? Maybe that's it.
Yeah, they said something about Community too.
So I'm interested in this mainly because I'm just fresh from seeing Game Night, and now directing a comedy and directing a big superhero movie. Well, let's not forget the Russo brothers directed Parks and Recreation. And then they went off to do Winter Soldier and then Civil War, which are some people consider the best movies of the Marvel Cinematic Universe.
I do.
So, I mean, I'm just saying, Rainey. So, nope, stop trying to interrupt me.
I do.
But, like I said, I'm looking forward to this because Flashpoint, it has its uphill battle, mainly being the executives of Warner Brothers. But maybe they got their shit together. Maybe after a lot of them have been fired, but maybe with I lost my train of thought. Flashpoint could be the Captain America Civil War to the DC universe.
It's got a lot of people in it.
Well, that, and it kind of puts people against each other, because in the comic book, Wonder Woman fights Aquaman, the Amazons fights the Atlantis, and we'll have seen Aquaman by the point Flashpoint comes out. And then it depends who they cast as the Reverse Flash and everything like that.
Huh.
Alright, so the next story is Spider-Man or Peter Parker. Tom Holland's rumored to be in Venom. What do you think about this?
You snuck this one in here.
No, I told you. He just weren't really. So you're just like, oh, meatballs.
Yeah, he'll have a cameo, I'm sure. I'm not excited about the Venom movie.
Well, we'll talk about Venom in a minute, but I mean, if Tom Holland's in it, that means it's connected to the MCU.
No.
Does not mean the story. It can happen in the same world as the MCU. It doesn't have to. Every event doesn't have to play into what's going on with Thanos. That's the overall thing I'm worried about Venom, because how the hell are you supposed to do a Venom like another movie without Spider-Man in it?
Good point. I'm interested to see how they do it.
All right, so the next story is we got the main trailer for Tomb Raider. What do you think about this?
I loved it. The more I see from Tomb Raider, the more excited I get. I just hope that it's decent. Like, I don't need it to be I don't need it to be the greatest movie of all time. And there's parts in it where I'm like, oh, that's like a exact screen for screen take from the video game. But then there's other parts, you know, that look a little video game movie to me. That's not a good sign. But
I've said this before, but the secret to making a good Tomb Raider film is you cross over Rambo with Indiana Jones. And really, if you just do female Indiana Jones, that's all you have to do for a Tomb Raider film. Because, I mean, Indiana Jones awesome. And I would like to see, and I played the first game of the rebooted, and I really like that storyline, what they were doing. And I really like Alicia Vikander.
Me too.
So I'm curious to see if this turns out to be any good or not.
Only a couple more weeks.
Only a couple more weeks. And now we have Steven Spielberg's next film. It's supposed to be Indiana Jones 5. And then it's supposed to be the remake of West Side Story.
Yeah. Indiana Jones. They're going to try and come back from what many consider to be one of the worst. Some people don't even consider it to exist.
What are you talking about? There's only 3 of them. There is only 3 of them.
Harrison Ford is so old, though. I'm interested to see how they kind of film around.
It's going to be interesting just seeing Lucasfilm do a film that's
Non-Star
not
Wars.
Star Wars.
Yeah.
Because, you know, I think I'd be interested if Lucasfilm could do films that aren't just Star Wars. I think that's what Disney really wants them to do. But I would like to see them do other films. Like, remember Red Tails that came out at the end of the Lucas era?
I do remember that movie.
And that was a Lucasfilm film.
Huh.
And I'm just curious to see if we can get some other films. Now, the West Side Story angle to it. Have you ever seen West Side Story?
I have not.
We saw it in high school, I believe, and it's basically it's Romeo and Juliet with like biker gangs, and it's a good movie.
It's like a musical, right?
Yeah, it's a musical. You know, it's the Snap. Whenever you probably see
I've seen
pictures
some
of where a bunch of guys in leather jumpsuits would be or leather jackets, or just walking down the street and they're just snapping. All right, so now we have the first look at Brie Larson's costume for Captain Marvel. What do you think about this?
Looked all right to me. It was a little plain, but maybe they were going to add in.
I saw the blue outfit, and that I thought it looked kind of cool. To be honest with you, I mean, you don't know because they're probably going to add some CGI in it and other things. And this movie is set in the '90s, and we're going to get to see Sam Jackson's both eyes in it. So I'm curious to see how Captain Marvel actually does. Because it's our first female-led superhero for the MCU.
Yep.
All right, the next story is Ant-Man and the Wasp trailer. What you think about this one?
Oh, it was awesome. I liked the quote in there where when he's talking about the Wasp, and he's like, "You gave her wings and blasters, and you didn't have that for me." And he's
I ever see it a meme where it says, "I thought you wanted orange slices."
"Oh."
He's like, I did. And yeah, this could be a cool movie. I really liked Ant-Man because I liked how really small it was in aspect. It wasn't about saving the world. It was just saving this little business, trying to protect them from. It was just basically a remake of Iron Man at points. But hey, it's not stealing if you're stealing from yourself.
I mean, I like the heist movie aspect of it, and I know we didn't see a whole lot of Michael Pena in that trailer, but I'm hoping that he's back.
You see him in it, so he's running or something.
One thing, when I saw this trailer, I saw that cool character with the cloak and stuff, and her name's Ghost, or her or he. I don't remember how it's going to be portrayed in the movie. So then I did some looking up because I haven't read the comic books.
Yeah.
And reading about that character sounded awesome. So
I would love, and they could do this. I would love them to go Godfather 2 style with this movie, and in Godfather Part 2, they went into the backstory of Marlon Brando's character in The Godfather, and it was played by Robert De Niro. I would love to see them do like half of it being modern day Ant-Man and the Wasp, and then go back in time and show, which is supposed to be Michelle Pfeiffer, and then like a younger Michael Douglas, and that would be a really cool movie if they. And they might be doing that. You know,
they might. They have that fancy de-aging technology.
Yeah, which Scorsese's doing for The Irishman on Netflix, and I'm really curious. But that's one thing I remember when AMC Movie Talk was still a thing. I believe they were talking about Ant-Man, and one person put in a comment saying, "Oh, what if they did Godfather 2?" I'm like, that would be pretty cool if they did that. All right, so now we have Solo, a Star Wars movie trailer.
Yeah, that trailer would put me in. It moved me from didn't care to excited.
Yeah, I know, right?
I still, am worried a little bit about the movie, but man, the trailer looked good.
Yeah, that trailer looked good. I saw it again today at the theaters, and I mean, the thing is I know you're not a big James Bond fan, but both Daniel Craig and Sean Connery, in their own rights, are James Bond. They're not the same character. They're not the same person. They're not the same kind of James Bond, but they're both James Bond, and that's what they have to do. That's what they have to do with Han Solo. Is he's not trying to do a Harrison Ford impression. He's got to be Han Solo. That's the thing about it. It's just like, or if you look from the original trilogies and the prequels, Ewan McGregor and Alec Guinness, they're both Obi-Wan Kenobi.
Yes, but. In James Bond, we're jumping time scenarios, and it's like a reboot every time when we get a new actor.
But the character, but it's still the same character
in chronological order.
But you know what I'm trying to say. Though.
I get what you're saying, but watching Han Solo and then
that's really our only
the first Star Wars.
That's really our only example to do, because you can't go from you can't use a Spider-Man example because Andrew Garfield and Tobey Maguire are completely two different perspectives trying to be the same character, and it's also not all canon.
I don't need him to look like him. I mean,
I thought he kind of looks like him, though.
It's just a little jarring at first, but hopefully, if he's got some of the mannerisms down,
I do have a bold prediction for this movie.
Fine. Yeah,
I think Emilia Clarke is an Imperial spy.
Oh yeah,
yeah. I think, and that's what kind of tears Han away and from working with other people.
Huh. That's pretty interesting. I have a bold prediction that people are going to like this movie more than The Last Jedi.
Well, I don't think that's really a bold prediction.
I think it's a bold prediction.
I mean, if this movie is as good as Rogue One, people are going to like it more than The Last Jedi. Because I like Rogue One better than The Last Jedi, and I'm a hardcore Star Wars fan.
I do too.
All right, now moving on to Mission Impossible Fallout.
Oh, yeah, this trailer. I love how they got that Down with the Sickness music timed perfectly with the trailer. Oh, this got me so pumped. The Mission Impossible movies creep up on you. You're not really paying attention to them, and then you watch a trailer and you're like, man, these movies are always good.
What I like about it is it really connects well with the last movie. Now, I will do my little cynicism, and that Skyfall was a really great James Bond movie, and then Spectre connected itself to Skyfall and turned out to be terrible. So this movie does run the risk of doing that.
That's true, and they never have really connected them,
Other than Michelle Monaghan,
yeah. That's
really your only connection. It's just each time he gets a different mission. That's just basically your premise with Mission Impossible.
You've had characters come back, but you've never really had a storyline drag over.
But they're bringing back the main villain of Mission Impossible,
and the same director too, right?
Yeah, it's Christopher McQuarrie, which is the first time, and also bringing back the Ethan Hawke girl.
I hear you, but I still think I got high hopes.
I have high hopes too.
Yeah.
I'm just being
Yeah.
It's. I mean, this movie looks awesome.
Yeah.
And I'm also looking forward to seeing Superman's mustache.
Yep.
All right. Then we have Skyscraper.
Yeah, or as John Schnepp said, Sky Hard.
Sky Hard.
Sky Hard, that's what he called it.
I thought this looked cool, to be honest with you. I even like the little Super Bowl promo. I mean, either The Rock does. As long as he's not a lifeguard, I'm totally on board.
The Super Bowl little teaser, I was not really that impressed with. But then when I actually got around, it was like weeks later, I got around to watching the full trailer.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, yeah, I mean, this looks cool. I'm way more excited about his other movie this year.
The monkey one?
The monster smashing movie.
I'm looking forward to the action movie.
Really?
Because the Rampage, it looks... I saw the trailer today.
Yeah.
I didn't see this one. I was like,
Oh. You didn't like it?
They're fighting giant monkeys, giant crocodiles, and whatever else there is. And then why the hell's that dog flying or whatever? So, I don't know. We'll see. I mean, I'm always in for like a Die Hard movie. Really, this is the sense of Die Hard with if Bruce Willis only had one leg.
Yeah.
And The Rock's the biggest action star on the planet right now.
And his best franchise right now is Jumanji now. If you don't count Fast and Furious, so
I would say though, Fast and the Furious did not get good until Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson came onto the movie. Because Fast 4 was okay, and they were just kind of limping together. When The Rock came in there and was an opposing force to Vin Diesel's character, that's really what made those movies good.
He needs
and
his own.
I'm looking forward. I am looking forward to them doing that Hobbs movie.
Yeah, that'd be cool too.
All right, so now we move on to your favorite trailer, Venom.
Ugh. One of the worst trailers. You know, what was it? About a year and a half ago when the Guardians 2 trailer came out, and it was literally shots and music from the last movie that I hated. This was worse. There's no Venom in it. It's stupid looking, and I just didn't like it. I didn't like it. It really, really turned me off of the movie, because I was kind of halfway interested in Venom until I saw that trailer. Now they could turn around and make another trailer. Sony has already came out and said that they thought they kind of rushed that trailer out just so they could get it in ahead of Black Panther. So maybe, and I'm not the only one that says that trailer is god awful, but
be honest with you, I really liked the teaser trailer. I had no problems with it, and it's a teaser trailer. The movie does not come out for 8 more months, so we have plenty of time. There's already so much against this movie already, just because it's a Spider-Man movie, not with Spider-Man not in it. But Venom is a very interesting thing to do in a movie, so I'm interested. And I'm like, it's gonna be rated R. It's got Tom Hardy, Michelle Williams. It's got a great cast in there.
It does have a good cast. It's Sony doing its own thing. I don't know. It's just, it's gonna be. It made me think. That trailer made me think that they were hiding something, hiding that Venom's not even gonna be in this movie a whole lot. That's gonna be a hardcore origin story with 10 minutes of Venom at the end, and I don't know if that's what I want.
All right,
we'll see.
Moving on to our next story, we have David Benioff. D.B. Weiss are to produce and write a series of Star Wars films. What do you think about this one?
I think it sounds awesome if they're going to do like an Old Republic type series or series of movies. And I think they need to get in the Disney catalog and get Ryan Coogler to do their first movie. That's who I think they need to
You've just been watching Jedi Council.
I have been, but I agree. That's who they need to go for. They need to get him. I've seen Black Panther twice now. I mean, Ryan Coogler's a great director.
Here's the thing, though. I don't know if Ryan Coogler wants to do a Star Wars movie.
He may not.
He may want to go back down doing the indie, because that's where he started. He did Fruitvale Station, he did Creed, and then he's done Black Panther. Black Panther, I think it had so many great characters in the movie, and a lot of my problems with a lot of the Marvel movies is that they do not take time to not develop most of their characters other than the hero, and then they don't develop the villain. In Black Panther, they actually did develop the Killmonger in the movie, and that's what Ryan Coogler is so good at, as a director and storyteller. Is he can really do a great job at developing characters. But I don't think Star Wars has had a problem with developing characters in any of the Disney movies. Because, I mean, Kylo Ren, you can look at him in Last Jedi and Force Awakens, you think he's a little whiny, but that was my favorite part of The Last Jedi, was Kylo Ren in that movie.
Well, when I think about these Game of Thrones guys, creating this series of movies, I think the word series is very interesting, because it makes me think maybe these are going to be kind of like anthology movies that are set in the same time period, but don't really have anything to do with one another. That seems to me cool.
Here's the thing with Star Wars is they open themselves up to do it whatever they want with that line from Obi-Wan Kenobi. He's like, for over 1,000 generations, the Jedi Knights were the protectors of the Old Republic. That's your gateway to anything you really want. You can do anything. It's a big sandbox. Like, I would love to see Jabba the Hutt, Goodfellas, Godfather movie, crime movie. You could go do a Jedi origin story. You could do the Rule of Two with Darth Bane. You could do Darth Plagueis. There's so much. It's a big sandbox. And one thing that excites me the most about this is that Benioff and Weiss do such a great with the history and lore of the Game of Thrones world, because Game of Thrones world is very similar to the Star Wars world. So I'm really hoping they can get to the lore of the of the Star Wars, and actually, I mean, in Last Jedi, I'm gonna bring us one more thing up. When Luke Skywalker says Darth Sidious, never been mentioned before since the prequels, he acknowledged some of the prequel stuff to it. So I really love that they're starting to get all their facts together.
He'd been reading them Jedi texts.
That's right. All right, I don't know why I would be in there, but
You
next
never know.
is Michael Bay's rumored to direct Lobo.
Oh yeah, Lobo. Man, I forgot about this story already. I don't know anything about Lobo, but they were talking about like he rides a motorcycle.
He rides a motorcycle in space. He's a bounty hunter. I remember him in the Justice League animated series. When Superman dies, Lobo kind of takes over for a little bit. He's a funny character. Here's the thing with Michael Bay.
Yeah.
If Michael Bay cares about something, he'll make a fucking great movie. 13 Soldiers is an awesome movie. And I hate Michael Bay.
13 hours.
That's what I said. Well, 13
Yeah.
Soldiers, 13 hours, whatever it's
Yeah.
called.
And I love Michael Bay. I think he's a great director. And I will admit that the Transformer movies have gone down in quality, but so to me, I don't care. But the DC people are, I don't know what they're doing. They're like trying to shoot themselves in the foot, I think, because nobody, literally no one, besides me and I think Roca, were excited about Michael Bay doing a Lobo movie.
It just depends. I mean, he says he wants to make the movie low budget, and when Michael Bay doesn't have as much strings to play with, he's kind of forced to do. When he gets all this money to do whatever the hell he wants, he kind of goes overboard with 100 explosions.
I'm all for it, especially this character. Who cares about Lobo, really? I mean, there's probably a lot of people that care about him, but
I like Lobo. I mean, I like DC, though. I mean...
Yeah.
All right, so next is the Incredibles 2 trailer.
yeah, this was cool.
You're finally stopped hating on Incredibles.
I just recently watched Incredibles, and then so now I'm way more excited for it, and it looks cool. I like how we're gonna get like the what's her name, the stretchy girl. What's her name? Elastigirl. Yeah, we're gonna get her kind of going out, and he's got to stay home with the kids. It's gonna be an interesting movie. And after Cars 3 was Pixar's. No.
Coco was the last one.
Yeah, Coco was great. But yeah, let's do it.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to this. I mean, I love Incredibles. I think Incredibles is actually... It's my favorite Pixar film that's not Toy Story. And it's also Pixar's only PG-13. So I'm curious if this is actually going to be PG-13 too. I'm sure it will be.
And Brad Bird's coming back.
And
right?
Brad Bird's coming back to do it. I mean, he did movies like Ratatouille. He's done The Iron Giant, Mission Impossible 4, and that one movie, Tomorrowland. All right, moving on to our final story. We have the next films is the DCEU, or apparently Flashpoint and Batgirl, and Josh Whedon's out. What do you think about all that?
I don't know. You can't even trust it anymore when they're like, these are the next films. It seems like every month they're like, these are the next films. We know we're getting Aquaman. We know we're getting Wonder Woman.
I do believe.
Other than that,
I do believe that Flashpoint is next after Aquaman.
what about Shazam? They casted him, and I thought they were getting ready to start filming that.
I don't know. That's a good point. I didn't think of that. So I'm looking forward to Shazam, though. That you mentioned it, because you got what's his face,
Zachary
Levi,
Mm-hmm.
and then you got The Rock playing Black Adam.
Yep.
And was Mark Strong going to be in that, or was he going to be in the Captain Marvel movie? Because I get those.
I don't know.
I get those two mixed up.
Wasn't Mark Strong in Ant-Man?
No.
Anyways, the what was it? Batgirl and what'd you say? Shazam
Flashpoint.
or Flashpoint? Yeah, Batgirl. I guess they're gonna go for a female director. I don't know.
They're talking about getting
Greta
Greta Gerwig
be
for.
but she's only done one movie, and it was an indie teen movie.
Hey, Ryan Coogler only directed Fruitvale Station, a little indie movie.
And
Then went
Creed.
off to direct Creed.
Yeah.
And then he went off to do Black Panther.
That's
Creed
true.
made a lot of money in theaters. Remember? Because I beat you in that first year, that box office game. Because
Yeah.
I said 4 Creeds, and then I surprisingly won. It made him a lot of money. And
We'll
then,
see.
And then Josh Whedon getting kicked out of.
Yeah.
I think that happened a long time ago. I think probably after Justice League.
There's a lot of
And-
people that think that he never was going to do Batgirl. They just said that so he could get into Justice League, and then
Well, there was talk that he didn't really get the character that well. I like Batgirl as the character.
yeah,
Because I watch Batman animated series a lot. And Barbara Gordon, I mean, she's the daughter of the police force of Jim Gordon. If that's the Batgirl they're going with, which is the one I'm hoping for. She's really smart. She later becomes Oracle for Batman. And it'd be cool if they could, cripple her and make her become Oracle, kind of do this kind of arc for the character.
you don't think that this is DC being super reactionary again and being like, "Well, Wonder Woman worked. Let's do another female movie." And then why do we have to have a female director just do female superhero movies?
I'm
Why
not-
can't she direct Shazam or Flash? Like, I don't understand why we got to get a girl to direct a girl. That's like reverse sexism, I think.
For me, it doesn't matter if a girl directs a guy or if a female directs a. It just, as long as it's a good story and it's good storytelling, that's all that matters to me.
I hear you too. I don't know. It just feels weird.
I'm just glad I'm just really interested in seeing this movie because I never thought we would see a Batgirl movie. After the only Batgirl we've really ever gotten is from live action, is from Batman and Robin, who was Alfred's niece or something. That was terrible.
Yeah. Alicia Silverstone, I
God.
think, played her. Yeah. I don't know. The DCU is so all over the place. Who knows if this may not even be in the DCEU? It may be a spinoff.
Yeah, who knows?
Because we don't even know what's going on with Batman. Let's get Batman, and then we can focus on Batgirl.
So I would like to see Batgirl in Batman.
Yeah.
Or Batman have a small role in Batgirl.
Yeah.
But, I mean, maybe they'll show Jake Gyllenhaal as in Batgirl.
For all we know, Batman's taking place in the 60s or something. It has nothing to do with this DCU. I don't know.
All right, guys. I think it's episode 8 of the ECK show. A lot of exciting stuff. This should be out in a few minutes. So, see you later. Bye.
Woo!